before and after.
So today I have something that's actually very simple, but also quite possibly a game changer. We have the Neakasa Magic One Portable Vacuum Garment Steamer. Now the keyword here is vacuum because that's the main thing that's going on here, and it's actually got me very excited because I always like to have my clothes nice and wrinkle free. However, I hate having to get the wrinkles out of my clothes because I'm not very good at it. I always have my girlfriend do it, and if she doesn't do it, then guess what? It's not getting done because it's just a hassle. I try to iron with an ironing board. Somehow I make my own creases in there after I get the wrinkles out. No idea how that happens. And then a steamer, you have to hang it up. You have to make sure you have both hands available and steam it and stretch it out. And it's just a hassle for me, so I just don't even bother. But with this, all of those should not be an issue because we have 2,300 pascals of suction, so it's actually vacuuming your garment as it's steaming at the same time, so you can actually do it with one hand. This is supposed to work with any kinds of fabrics, so there's no issues there. There's supposed to be no water left over on the clothes, and they're instantly dry and ready to wear, and it actually only takes about 30 seconds to heat up, which sounds great because sometimes my steamer and iron, you have to wait there for maybe 3 minutes before that thing's ready to go. So now getting inside of the box, we do have 5 tips to ensure smooth first use. Tips 1, using suction ironing mode, you'll achieve smoother and faster results. All right. Tip 2, you're able to move the steamer down, letting the clothes hang naturally. Tip 3, if you prefer ironing on a board, be sure to turn off the suction function. So that's actually pretty cool. Looks like you can have suction or no suction depending on what you want. Tip 4, if you don't want to disturb the natural texture of the fabric, turn off the suction. And then also tip 5, the steam plate containing the filter sponge that collects loose fibers and lint from clothes. Oh, that's actually great. Not only is it taking care of the wrinkles, but it's actually working as a lint roller as well. That's actually very nice. You know, 2 birds, 1 stone. We also do have some instructions here with different things you can do with the buttons, and they do recommend using distilled or purified water to reduce limescale buildup, but I mean, you already know I'm not gonna do it. Don't at me. We have indicator lights and yada yada yada, all that information that you need. Now inside, this looks like some recycled material, very nice, and everything is very simple and elegant. So we have the steamer itself right here, has some good weight to it, solid build quality, and actually very Apple-like. It does show you exactly what all the different buttons do and how to do everything, and it does have the filter sponge that you just rinse out regularly, which is very nice. So as you can see, this is actually very small and portable, and pretty much about the same size as a standard steamer, but with all the extra functions within, mainly that suction, and you know, also it sucks out lint too, which is fantastic if it actually can pull that off. But we also do have this power cable here, which is actually very thick and, you know, pretty decent length. I mean, I wouldn't mind if it was a little longer, but it's definitely not too short. So for the most part, it should be fine. Right here on the front, we do have an easily refillable water tank, which actually does hold about 3.5 ounces of water, which is good for 3 to 5 shirts. And as you can see, it was easy to remove and easy to place back in. Now over here on the front, we do have the suction and steam area, which does have that 2,300 pascals of suction, and it's actually a very good size, and it should work in a single pass. Over on the top here, we also do have some ventilation. I'm assuming that's where the air is gonna come out as it gets sucked in from the front. And then over on the back, we do have our multifunctional buttons to adjust the different settings and turn it on and off. And as you can see, it is a very small size and easily portable. So, as luck would have it, I'm actually going on a little business trip, so I'm gonna take this with me and use it in my hotel to make sure that I can have my clothes looking all crispy and fresh. So we're gonna put it to a real life test. All right, so now it is time to put the Neakasa Magic One to the test. I'm gonna plug it in. It should take about 30 seconds to be ready to go, which is actually gonna be very impressive by itself. So I'm gonna get it plugged in real quick. And now I'm gonna hit the power button. It's on, it's flashing, and now we will wait. It should take 30 seconds. But while we're waiting, let's take a look at my first shirt that I'm going to straighten out, because this shirt has been rolled up on the floor, fresh out of the washing machine, fresh out of the dryer. And as you can see, it looks terrible. If I walked around looking like this, people would definitely give me a second look, which to be fair, isn't all that bad, but I wanna look presentable when I go some places. I don't wanna look like I just picked up a shirt off the ground or something, you know? Let's get this hung up, pick up the steamer, and it's ready to go. As you can see, the steam is coming out. There are different options. As you can see, this is just the standard steam option that works just like any other steamer. So for example, just start going. And as you can see, it's actually doing a very good job steaming just like a standard steamer. But just like a standard steamer, we do have some watermarks on here. We do have to use both hands to pull it down and straighten it and do all this, and it doesn't work as quickly. So by pressing the fan button right here, it activates the vacuum, and now we can do it very easily, like magic. And that's very impressive. Look at that. As you can see, no watermarks, and it is perfectly straight, all with one hand. It definitely suctions up the fabric. It's actually very impressive. I'm really impressed that there's no water. I'm not even using my left hand to hold the shirt, and it's actually doing a great job suctioning up the shirt by itself. That's impressive. Look at that. Literally just one pass across and it's ready to go. Let me see, how do I get the sleeve over here? Also, what I'm noticing is I don't feel a bunch of hot steam burning my hand. That's actually very cool because it's sucking in instead of pushing out. I'm not actually sure how this is doing all this, but it is. Wow. That's nice. Let's try out the other side. As you can see, the other side is completely wrinkled. Go straight down the middle. Wow. That's a major difference, and it's so easy. I will say, depending on how the shirt is folded, I do have to kind of stretch it out a bit, but it's definitely so much easier than a standard steamer. Get the sleeve out. Wow. Impressive. All right, so as you can see, this side right here, very wrinkly. Let's just get through this. Gotta straighten out this shirt because it's literally folding over itself. That's a night and day difference. As you can see, suction power right there. So wow, then we just turn off the vacuum, we could turn off the steam, just like that. And now, that's insane. This shirt was completely and totally wrinkled. Now it's actually straight and presentable. That's very impressive because remember, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of steaming and ironing stuff myself because it's so hard and complicated. This actually made it extremely easy, straightforward, and to the point. And this shirt's ready to go. That's impressive. I'm impressed. It's basically like magic. Now, to be fair, I did have to go over a couple spots a couple of times, but it was actually very good even on the first pass for most of the shirt. Then I did have to use two hands to like hold out the sleeve because it's folded down, stretch this part out because it's overlapping itself and all that. But overall, it was pretty straightforward. Now, as you can see, there are a few wrinkles still here. It looks like it's not completely straight. Although, I mean, to be fair, is it? I'm not sure. Remember, I'm not really a steamer and iron person myself. I think I actually just completely missed all the sides of it. So let's actually take care of that.
Yeah, just like that. Very good. I mean, that's impressive. But to be sure, I'm gonna try with another shirt real quick. And here we go, yet another shirt I just picked up off the floor. As you can see, looks absolutely despicable. So let's get it hung up and we're gonna get it straightened out. Ugh, that looks like you wouldn't wanna walk around wearing that. All right, 30 seconds later, we are ready to go. Turn on the vacuum, and there we go. So pay attention, it's gonna happen pretty quick. Wow. Look at that, that is a humongous difference. That's impressive. Big difference, a complete 180. Look at that. Look at before and after. Very, very impressive. I mean, this thing looked terrible when I picked it up off the floor. Now it's actually wearable. That's very nice. See, now steaming, I'm actually down to steam my shirts from now on because it made it so much easier. So very nice. I'm gonna be walking around looking like this instead of what it looked like before. That's very, very cool. So the Neakasa Magic 1 vacuum steamer is actually very nice. Whether you wanna use it like a standard steamer or use it with the vacuum function that makes it so much easier, you can go from wrinkly mess into nice, straight, and pressed. That actually kind of rhymed. Now, like I said, it's not quite magic because sometimes you do have to hold it depending on the angle and all that, but it does make it a lot easier and it looks like it's actually a lot faster given that it is suctioning up the fabric. And also, I do like how with an ordinary steamer, like I said, you could feel that hot steam on your hand and you have to watch out. This, I barely feel any steam coming out because of the suction. It's actually very, very nice. I'm not sure how it's doing it, if it's suctioning it up, if the steam's not really coming out as much as it does when it's in regular steaming mode. But it still works and it does a great job. Very nice, very well made, very nice build quality, very nice design, easy to take with you on the go, and it kind of works magic.